another complicated subject, which we don't have time for, and we're so grateful to Rabbi for his time. Maybe we'll start to head with ending with this. Does Hashem need us? Does Hashem need us? And if Hashem needs us, how could He need us if He's infinite and omnipotent and the source of all? So to be omnipotent and infinite and perfect means you need nothing. So on the one hand, He seems to have been mitzamtzem Himself in this world to present as if He needs us. We have to say Malchus, Rosh Hashanah. We have to coronate Hashem, otherwise He's not king. But how does it make sense to believe that He needs us if He's perfect and omnipotent? He shouldn't have any needs.
So listen, Rabbi Efrem, I'm giving a share in 10 minutes. So I'm going to have to make this short. There's Yichud Ilah and there's Yichud Tatar. There's Shema Yisrael and there's Baruch Shem Kavod. There's Ein Sof Baruch Hu that we cannot possibly fathom or understand. And in that place, He doesn't need us. There's nothing that changed when Hashem created the world, before the world, after the world. There's nothing. But in the world that He wanted to create for reasons that we don't understand, I mean, even the Swarm talk about the reasons that to help us understand on our level, we relate to Kadosh Baruch Hu in two ways. There's, when I said Yichud Elah, there's that Sovev Kalam that's beyond our understanding that we can't, and in that place, our tefillas and our avodah, we don't know what it means what does it mean at all. But Kadosh Baruch Hu created the world in such a way where it's not just Shema Yisrael Hashem Elokeinu Hashem Echad, but it's Baruch Shem Kavod Malchusa. And in that place that's called Baruch Shem Kavod Malchusa L'Olam V'ed, Hashem, which is the place of Shechina, where Hashem reveals Himself to us in this world through Torah and mitzvahs and our tefillas and our learning and so on, He needs us. Kivyachal. V'ata Kodesh Yosef Tehillah Yisrael. Hashem's presence in this world, Ata Kodesh, His Kedusha is Yosef Tehillah Yisrael, like the Baal Shem said, depends on Jews saying Tehillim and everything else. V'ata Kodesh, Hashem's Kedusha in this world, not who He is. Who He is completely beyond our understanding. And that in that essential, unknowable Reisha Deloisiyada of Hashem's essence, He doesn't need anything. He doesn't need us. But in that which is called Shechina, which is called Knesset Yisrael, which is a world of Torah and mitzvahs, which is a world of that relationship that I was talking about before, He desperately needs us and He desperately loves us. Now, how can it be both of those? How could that be simultaneously? We don't know. We don't know that. That has to do with the tzimtzum, that Hashem's hiding His infinite light, and there's a chala apanui, and the space, that empty space, so to speak, where He's concealed, which made room for our existence. All we know is that in that place that He seems, in that place of the tzimtzum of His constricting His infinite light, He needs us, and He can't accomplish in this world what He wants to accomplish without us. And if we're not going to daven, if we don't go to mitzvahs, felt that this Shalom it's missing, and therefore He needs us kivyachol to be mamlech, to say hamelech, and He needs us. He needs us. Galei kvoid malchuscha. He needs us to reveal His malchus in this world from that bechina of yichud tatar, of His lower unity, of how He revealed His ratzon that we should have in this world. And as far as how does that connect to we don't know how that connects, and that's why we say Shema Yisrael Hashem Elokeinu Hashem Echad. We close our eyes and we say there's something that's beyond our understanding, but somehow there's no stira between these two. But we can't answer that question. There's no stira between the two. Our job as nivroim, as those who were created, is to believe that there's something that's infinite beyond this that we can't possibly understand, but to believe that in this finite world that Hashem wanted to create, because of going back to the first thing that I said, because He saw how good Jews are, and He saw that He wanted to have these people who He would love and would love Him. In that world, He cares about every single word that we're davening, and He cares about us as good friends being able to see each other for a few minutes before Yom Tov. And with that, I'm going to say goodbye to each and every one of you. And I thank you for giving me some time.
Wow. We thank Rabbi. Hashem needs us. We need Rabbi. We're so grateful to Rabbi for, again, helping us in Elul and getting ready for putting so much in perspective.
It's a little bit confusing when we talk about God Himself, or Atzmus. We're told that there's nothing you can say about it. There are no rules, there's no description, there are no words. It's indescribable. It's beyond all things. And on the other hand, we put so many restrictions on it, and we give it so many descriptions. The essence can't be changed, and the essence can't be reached, and the essence can't be revealed, and the essence can't be divided. What are all these rules? So there seems to be a big contradiction here. So to say essence is everything, but it can't be divided, and it can't come down to this world, and it can't be affected, and it can't be... So what? You know, this has to be resolved somehow. Also, we've talked many times about we are created in His image, not He in our image. So when we say God's hand or God's head or God's mouth, His words, and we say don't take it literally, because He doesn't have a hand and He doesn't have... That's a terrible mistake. We got it backwards. It's not true that we have a hand and He doesn't. We have a head and He doesn't. We have speech, but He doesn't. Because if you follow that, we have intelligence, so He doesn't. Oh, no, He's very intelligent. Be consistent. So, of course, the truth is, when we say don't take it literally, we mean don't take yourself literally. He speaks. Our speech is not the real thing. Don't take yourself literally. He has an arm. We're created in His image. So when we say kaveyochel, when we say something about God that sounds human, and we say kaveyochel as if that were literal, we mean as if we were literal. So when the Rebbe says every time you do a mitzvah, you're giving the Eibishter a gift, kaveyochel. In other words, you're going to compare it to a gift you're going to give me? What are you going to give me? A silver becher? like there's no comparison, really. But then if there's no comparison, why are you saying it? So you're saying it and then you're taking it back. There are people who have that habit. It's very annoying. You know, I used to go there. Not I used to go there. They always do that. So I told them, I didn't actually say it. Talk straight. So you say, you're giving the Eibishter a gift. Well, not really. So why'd you say it? So what it means is, you're giving the Eibishter a gift, but it's a real one. Don't compare it to your gifts that you give on Mother's Day. To be timely. So when it comes to God's essence, to God Himself, and we've spoken about this, I think, on different occasions, those who learn Hasidus get the impression or make the mistake that God's essence is the highest of all levels. So there's the lower level where God is involved in creation. There's the higher level, God before creation, beyond creation, unaffected by creation. And then there's the highest level, God Himself. So if it's the highest level, it has all the restrictions of high. So it can't be low. So it can't be any of the things that exist in the lower world. So by thinking of God Himself, of Atzmos, as higher, you're limiting Him. You're boxing Him in to a condition that has many restrictions and many rules, and that's not appropriate. But doesn't it say in Hasidus that Atzmos, that the Etzem can't be divided and can't be... So it's obvious that we're talking about two different things. When you're speaking about the difference between the essence and revelation, between Etzem and Gilui, there are different rules. Gilui has its qualities, its properties, and Etzem has its properties, which makes it different. But when you're talking about God Himself, there are no limits. He's not high or highest. He's not. the word high is an insult, is a restriction, it's a limit, to us it's impressive. Oh, he's high, oh, I'm impressed. But we're not talking about high, we're talking about that which is the ultimate essential emes, which is high or low, not high, not low, high and low at the same time. You don't put limits on that. So to say that the Eibishter himself, oh, he can't be affected. Nothing can be as affected as the Eibishter himself. Why? Why not? Because he's too high? Then you're not talking about the Eibishter. Then you're talking about some high godly creature that is limited to being high and can't come down low. So just, I don't know if it's really connected or exactly the same, but when we say tzimtzum, and we say tzimtzum conceals God, the fact that the table is only 8 feet long, not more, that's tzimtzum, right? That conceals God. The fact that the table is a table and not a chair, that's a concealment of God. It's not at all. On the contrary, it is revealing God's ability to be finite or infinite as he chooses. So finite is not hiding God. That's one of God's talents. A sin, unholiness, that hides God, but not. So why does a sin hide God? Why is God not in the sin also? He's everywhere, he's everything. There's no restrictions, no limits. The answer is he is. He is in the Aveda, in that he doesn't like it. And he really doesn't like it. So I think if we straightened out this misconception, stop thinking of God as high. High is not a compliment, it's a restriction. And you don't put restrictions on God. And that's why the Baal Shem Tov said that simple people who are not so learned are in some way closer to God, more intimate than the scholar. Because to the scholar, like, when you say God, what do you mean? You mean before he created or after he created, within creation, outside of creation? To the simple Jew, when you say God, you mean God. Like in a good marriage, when I say I'm yours, I mean yours. Oh, which part of it? No parts. You. So for two reasons, this attitude is dangerous. Dangerous. Because on the one hand, if you say God can't possibly care or need, what are you doing to Yiddishkeit? And on the other, if you think that being perfect means I don't care, every relationship is in danger.